What is up, clanmates? It's Squirrel here, or Sergeant Squirrel, and we're gonna teach you all how to attack because we've been kind of just everyone's been wanting to basically learn how to attack. We need to focus on funneling. Oh, it's a friend texting you. We need to learn how to funnel, take care of clan cows, and really just get down to the basics. So I've already pre-recorded this little segment here, and let's get into it. So here I'm going to break down um, basically funneling to its simplest form, which for me meant Town Hall 8 dragons. So if you actually look here, what I did is I lightninged the air defenses down here and deployed one dragon, and I played two dragons here. Now what that's doing is it's getting rid of the what I call trash buildings around the edges, making sure that my dragons, when they come down this way, only have one way to go. And I only needed one dragon right here because the lightning got rid of some other buildings itself down here. That's why there's only one here and there's two here. So if we actually watch this attack, we're going to see the dragons deploying, I think, right here. I might even put one on that builder hut. I don't know if I do. I don't. So yeah, obviously you're going to want to do that. So we're going to deploy the rage spell a little early. It's important to place the rage spell ahead of your dragons. That way they maximize it, because if you drop it on the dragons, they're going to walk out, and I actually think I'm going to have an example of that coming up pretty soon. But as you can see, they're moving on to the town hall. They're going to take it out, and this is going to end up being a nice 3-star. Now this is the next attack I had, and this is the one where I actually purposely misplaced the rage spell to help out, to give you an example of why you need to place the rage spell head. And one of the issues I have with this attack is I placed the dragon down at the south here a little too early, and it ended up destroying this army camp first, which splits my dragons up, so it does a bit of a counter funnel, which is not what you want. So what I should have done is I should have deployed this dragon, and then deployed the one on the south. So that was my big issue there, but it worked out in the end. Actually, this was still a 3-star even with my missed spell placement. That's just how overpowered the dragons are at Town Hall 8, which is, free 3-stars. Nothing wrong with free 3-stars. Alright, so the dragons are moving in, and I pause it, because if you actually look right here, you can see these dragons right here are not in the rage spell, and the rage spell is still going. Alright, so basically, if we look here, the dragons have now left the rage spell, and the rage spell is still going, so that's pretty bad. It's not what you want. Alright, moving back forward. Alright, here is my main account, and I'm about to give you all examples of two really good ways to funnel for an actual ground attack, which is one of the things that I like to focus on. I prefer to use ground. And I think I actually switched my wall wrecker to the normal clan castle, because one of the things I like to emphasize is actually bringing wall breakers. If you see in the bottom left corner, I'm bringing 7 with me, and that's important to open up the main hatch. And I think pretty soon I'll be showing you what happens if you don't use wall breakers, so let's get into it. Here we go. So we're placing giants in the corner, and what that's doing is that's tanking for the wizards, who are now clearing up those trash buildings. And on the other side, I'm going to show you the other way you can funnel. The giants are optional on this way, but basically what you're doing is dropping the giants to tank the archer towers, which could end up hurting the baby dragon, and you're using the baby dragon to take out those trash buildings. And what I like about the baby dragon is it takes less housing space than 3 wizards, and you generally get about the same as you would have with 3 wizards. So, that's kind of how I weigh my options. Now, if there's an air defense right here, the wizards might be a better option. So, I mean, in war attack, you'll be able to plan that out and decide, do I want wizards, do I want a baby dragon? But for normal raids, I usually go with a baby dragon, because that's just what I like. So here we're sending in giants in the middle, and the troops falling in, just coming right behind. Alright, so actually I do make a mistake here. I'll point it out later. I'll point at the exact place I should have placed the jump spell. But I didn't place the jump spell well enough in order to get into the absolute main compartment. So that's a bit of a jump spell error right there. You guys need to focus on your spell placement. I apparently wasn't there, but look at the heal spell ahead of the giants so that they're getting the full healing aspect. And yeah, actually I think I ended this raid at 99% 1-star because I'm trying to stay down in Masters where the loot's actually pretty good, so it's rare to see a 99% 1-star, so I was kind of happy I got that. Bit of a monopoly. This was at the point where I didn't think I wasn't sure if I was going to get the 3-star, so, you know, it's a farming army. I'm using giants. But yeah, oh, and it's a dead base. Don't let that discredit you. The main purpose of this replay was to show, you know, the two funneling tactics. But I just wanted to show everyone how the troops actually pathed in. If the jump spell was placed better, I guarantee you the troops would have went straight into the core, and it would have been a much more successful funnel. Alright, moving on. Okay, so here we're going to show you what happens when you don't bring wall breakers and you don't funnel. Alright, here we go. So this is my Town Hall 9 Rush to Max account going up against B-Rad. So we dropped the golem, and I speed it up because it takes a while. I'm like, oh man, this golem's getting wrecked. It needs help, so I drop wizards right behind without funneling. And the wizards will go off to the side. I only kill one defense. So that was an awful waste of troops. I probably have 100 housing space of troops there, and I only took out one defense because I didn't bring wall breakers. Or else the golem would have went in. The wizards, you know, might have went in. I don't know. If I funneled two, they definitely would have. But here we go. I wanted to move on to an actual good attack. So here's Hambo. Hambo is funneling on the south side and the northeastern side. So what that's going to do is allow the Valkyries to come straight in through here. Actually, he's using P.E.K.K.A.s, so he's going to have his P.E.K.K.A.s going 1, 2, 3, and it's going to go straight in. So the wall breakers are good, getting him through the first layer and the second layer, and getting him into another compartment. Now, one of the things you need to prioritize for just basic beginner Clash of Clans thing is you're going to want 2 poisons. Because balloons and dragons are just going to absolutely destroy your troops. Hambo does a really good job here. He gets his wizards and his queen up. They're ready to take out the CC. He's got the double poison. Poison spells do stack. That is an important thing to notice. So, you know, poison spells, they slow the attack speed down 20%, which means that balloon was only operating at 20%, all right? And that's really good because balloons are already really slow. And he kind of has a little kamikaze Electro Dragon here, which was really cool. I've never seen that actually done before. But, you know, he took out a bomb tower, and he got a lot of damage on the Town Hall. So that was really nice. Anyways, he wraps up this attack. You know, the P.E.K.K.A.s and the Golem charge ahead or in front of the Queen, which is exactly what you want. And what I really love about this attack is that the Golem pops right down at the bottom here. I'll move so you can actually see it, where all the defenses are. So he got maximum amount of value out of that golem, because you want that golem taking all the damage, and he maximized that to the top ability. I know part of that was unplanned, but you know, it was nice to see a golem not stuck right here banging on the wall. All right, so this is where I talk, I think. Nope, this is a live attack. We got B-Rad doing attack here, so we join in. And he's using a wall wrecker to get into the middle. That's a bit more of an advanced thing, showing how the wall wrecker can be maximized to basically get in the middle of the base. He has no need for funnel, actually, because if we actually go back a little bit, whoop, if we go back, there's actually no buildings up here. So that actually worked out in his favor. And he still drops the wizards here. So that's nice and helpful. Valkyries go straight in. A little overkill on the Valks. Like, what was that? Like 12? Oh. It's a ton of Valks. Brought the poison for the balloons. A little late, but it worked out fine. And so a big error here was that he dropped the heal spell on top of the Valkyries. He should have put him a bit more right here. But overall, you know, It's a good attack. The jump spell could have been utilized a bit more. See how he dropped it right here? If he put it right here exactly, he could have gotten, actually no, right here exactly, sorry. He could have gotten both this compartment, and, well, basically the Valks could have been able to go through all of this area. So it would have been a much more utilized jump spell. Actually, if you dropped it right here, it could have gotten that one too, so, you know, look for a little bit better use of jump spells. Brad. No, I'm just kidding. Excellent attack. He 3-starred even without it, so, you know, he's got it. Actually, I caught this one live, so it was a nice, you know, it was like recording, and then it was like, oh, Beaverhead's attacking, let's watch it. And he 3-starred, and I was like, alright, we gotta use it. Gotta use it. So here we are wrapping up. His queen actually starts taking damage, but he's got so many Valks, he's got an extra spell. I think he's going to use the heal spell down here, where he's about to enter the splash damage of the wizard tower. That's a good call, because Valkyries have, I think, 900 HP. And the wizard towers do, I think, 30. So your Valkyries are going to die after, I think it's like 32 seconds. Basically, you need to heal your Valkyries probably every other wizard tower or bomb tower. Actually, you should definitely heal them after the bomb tower, because the big bomb is going to end up blowing them up. So, actually, I think we'll see that at the end when his Valkyries are about mid HP, and the bomb blows him down to like 2. So, we'll stick around and watch that. Sorry about my dog barking. I'm now holding him, so he's all happy. Golem's doing the tanking, which is exactly what you want. Those Valkyries are not even getting touched by the splash damage. So you see now how there's no buildings up here, and how he didn't have to worry about the funnel, so that was nice. I still probably would have dropped like a giant and 2 or 3 maybe. Wizards, that is. That way you're just certain that, you know, no funny movement's about to happen. But here we're going to see how you're going to want to drop a heal spell after a bomb tower, because see how that bomb tower is just tearing up all of those Valks. Splash damage is your worst nightmare for ground attacks, unless you're using all P.E.K.K.A.s like Cambo. Well, not all P.E.K.K.A.s, but you know what I mean. Because it's able to destroy all of your army at once. But great 3-star by Beaverhead. And let's move on. Alright, so this is attack by Titan. He's actually doing a friendly challenge against me. And the one thing I wanted to show here was that, see if I can go back just the right amount. Whoop. Alright. So, here he has a Bowler Witch Healer combination, alright? So what he's going to do is he's going to drop 4 or 5 bowlers right here on the south side and drop a healer to go with it. And these bowlers are going to do the funnel on the left and the right. And their long reach is actually going to allow them to get the further buildings, or at least damage them to a pretty high extent. And that's actually going to help him with the funnel. Now, it hurt him that he didn't get this gold mine right here. So his troops are actually going to go around the center, but if he used a rage spell on these bowlers, it would have taken out the gold mine. And all of these troops right here would have went straight in, but his queen actually went in anyways. So, I don't remember if he got the town hall. I think he got the town hall, but I know he didn't get the 3. It was awful close. But, you know, good use of the Warden's ability. But if I make an advanced video, I'll definitely cover, you know, when you want to pop your hero abilities and how to properly use the siege machine and queen walks and maybe even kill squads. One of the things I didn't want to talk about in this video was hog riders, because hog riders are just... It's not something you want to learn, you know, within your first probably 8 months of playing the game. It's just, unless you're really into the game and you're doing it so much for fun, like it's all you do in your free time, then it's nothing that you really should attempt. At least from my perspective. I used to want to do hogs all the time in Town Hall 8, but it didn't work out. But here we go, closing in, last couple percentage. Good attack by Titan. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to let Brock from the past finish it out. Alrighty, so now that we're getting to the closing of the video, you might be like, Alright, Sergeant, we now know how to, attack, we know how to funnel, we know how to use the wall breakers to get in, and we know how to bring the poisons to deal with the CC. But I don't really know how to train an army. Well, lucky for you, that is the easiest part of Clash of Clans. Alright, so the standard attack that we generally like to endorse over here at Siegecraft is the Go Weeva. So what we need is Go Weeva stands for Go, which is the golems, We, which is the wizards, and Va. So we know we want those three in our basic standard attack, alright? And we know that we like the funneling troops, alright? So I'm going to go with the Baby Dragon because I always find that to be the most effective per housing space because it only costs 10 housing space, and generally one Baby Dragon is about equivalent to, I don't know, about 4 wizards for me. And, 4 wizards is 16 spaces where one Baby Dragon is only 10. So that's why I go with the Baby Dragon. I generally like to bring about 9 to 12 wizards, and we like to do some Valks. So I usually only bring 1 golem, because in my opinion, that's all you need. So I usually also bring a little P.E.K.K.A. What P.E.K.K.A. does is it also does damage, like with the Valkyries, and it moves with the golem. It's a bit faster, and it also does a whole lot of damage. And one of the most important things, moving on to the wall breaking, we had talked about, was getting through the walls. As we showed in that video before with the guy with no wall breakers, who was actually me attacking B-Rad, shout out to him, or Brad. I've always called him B-Rad, I don't know why. Is that, your golems are going to die and your troops are going to go around if you don't get through that wall. So don't be afraid of wall breakers. So I'm going to go with 11. Yeah, sounds good. And we need to deal with the CC. So I'm going to show a CC lure. And we need to bring up cleanup because we want to make sure that we actually, kill all the base. But wait, what spells do I bring? Alright, so Valkyries need a lot of hit points to be healed because they only have 900 at level 4. So that means when you're going up against a wizard tower that does 32 damage a second, that means after, MLG math, right? That's after 30 seconds, your Valkyries are toast. So if your Valkyries have to bust through walls, you're going to need a heal spell. I'm also going to bring a rage spell because when you're in the core fighting all of those Teslas and getting through the hefty buildings like the town hall and even gold storages and storages in general, it's going to take a little bit to get through that, and I don't want defenses pounding on me during that time. And I also go for a jump spell. Jump spell is one of my favorite spells because what it does is it allows you to funnel your troops in even in the core, because when you place a jump spell, your troops are going to focus on that spell because that stops them from having to break down a wall. Your troops want to go to the most easily available building that they want to attack. So if your troop is a Valkyrie and it wants to attack any building, it's going to attack the closest building to it. And what it does is when it's having to pound a wall, it's like, oh, I don't like doing this. So when you place a jump spell, it rethinks it and it realizes, okay, well, I could get to this building right here faster than I can going through the wall. Now, occasionally, if you're like a Town Hall 9 or higher, you will have noticed AI problems with your queen banging on walls. That happens. It's not going to work perfectly every time. It is a game. There's glitches. You just got to realize it. Alrighty, so I also like to bring another heal spell because it's just important not to die out. And what we had talked about was the poison spell for the clan castle because balloons are just absolutely going to wreck your army. I would say the same with Valkyries and Wizards if you don't take care of them fast enough, so the poison is absolutely necessary. One of the things I haven't covered too much, though, is the clan castle. This is probably the most important part of your base, alright? Because not only is it an extension to your army, it is a maxed out extension to your army, assuming you're in a good clan. So I'm going to request is Valks and a poison for the vid. Because one, we need that poison, help with the clan castle. We want to keep it extra, helping it out with the clan castle. We don't want our troops dying. And if we don't end up using that poison spell, thanks Titan, what happens is we get to use that poison spell on the heroes. So if I show out the stats of the poison spell right over here, the poison spell actually slows down the attack rate by 40%. So that's minus 40% DPS on the Archer Queen. So that takes that down to about 150 damage a second. which is a lot better than the 226 if you're going up against a defending level 15 Archer Queen. And one thing to show is, so your clan castle, it carries max amount of troops, right? And let's see if I can find a low level person. So what this means is essentially your troops in your clan castle are your most important troops because they're going to be the strongest. I'm trying to find the Town Hall 3 or so. I can't find any, but let's say a Town Hall 3 has a clan castle that can hold 10 troops in it, alright? And it's going up against bases with 2 cannons and an archer tower. If that Town Hall 3 isn't a maxed out clan that can donate, 1 giant and 1 wizard, just the clan castle can 3-star bases. That's why your clan castle is the most important troop unit, housing area on your base. So never go into a war attack, or really, or I'd say any attack where you're seriously wanting to get a 3-star without a clan castle, because it is so important. I can't tell you how many 2-stars I've gotten and been like, man, if I had a clan castle, that would have been a 3, especially when I'm trophy pushing. That comes into a play a lot.